Are Harry and Meghan splitting up? Have they already broken up? Dr. Louise Hay, body language expert, seems to think that the relationship didn't stand a chance from the start.
The interesting thing is that we're saying that the marriage is breaking up. The marriage never really had a footing to go with. This has never really been a solid relationship.
Was there ever any love between Harry and Meghan? Was it a sham from the start? So Harry's mother, Diana, she got herself into a sham relationship, didn't she? There was no real love there. She's susceptible to that. Did Harry learn from Princess Diana how to be like that? Or was she just not around in his life long enough for him to have that stable footing to make some good decisions for himself? Has he ended up recreating history by getting himself into a relationship similar than his mother?
He has some serious issues which aren't easily resolvable.
Did Harry ever heal from the things that have gone on in his life so that he could make grounded, good decisions in his life and for his love life?
Her values were about forwarding Meghan. There was never any movement of affection from her at all, ever. That wasn't in some way calculated.
So what is going on with Meghan? Did she use him for her own gain? Was she doing that consciously, or is that a subconscious thing with her? Was she acting the whole relationship?
And I would say, given her personality issues.
Personality issues. How to say narcissist without saying narcissist.
Issues, that perhaps there is no love. And I think that we'll hear the story of I never really loved him.
Did she ever really love him?
My prediction is this ain't gonna last if it hasn't broken up already.
So what's my prediction? Are they breaking up? Has this relationship been doomed from the start? We know what the body language experts say. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. So I'm Louise Hay. I'm a psychic medium. I've been professional for the last 24 years. And before that, I always had this gift. I was just using it unprofessionally. Is that the right way of saying it? I was using it under the radar. Let's put it that way. And so let's get into this reading. Let's find out all about Harry and Meghan. Now, what I want to do is get some cards out for the both of them. And so we'll start off with Harry. Let's go to the start of this relationship. So tell us about Harry, please. The Four of Swords, there it is. The Four of Swords is the card of healing. And so someone very much in need of nurturing. Now, from what I've seen of Harry, I think that perhaps he's showing signs, perhaps with drinking and drugs, that kind of thing, or was back then, of being unhealed. When we've got feelings inside of ourselves that we haven't come to terms with, that we haven't worked through, then we can tend to rely on those things like drink and drugs to numb ourselves out and to have like a better time of life when we don't feel like that good on the inside. So there's definitely a need for healing. Now, when people need healing like that, we tend to reach out for those that to love us and nurture us, and we don't necessarily reach out to the right people, because the people that want to use and abuse you, they're the ones that appear to be offering the love first of all. They're the ones that will make a beeline towards someone who is in this very vulnerable kind of position of needing to be healed. So that's not a particularly good start for Harry, who is in a very vulnerable state. And the other card of healing too, this is the Wounded Warrior, Nine of Wands. Now you see how her face is, she's got like a barrier in front of her there. She's got a stick that's on fire. She's like very wary, and she is ready to like bop someone on the head if they try and get over a fence. The Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. It's the person who gains strength through the things that they've been through. So this suggests to me that he'd already been in some kind of a therapy before this relationship started, and perhaps, you know, was working on that. Okay, so let's just get a couple of cards out for Meghan before we go on. Tell us about Meghan at the start of this relationship. What was her energy at the start of this relationship? 4 cards. Interesting. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about investing in something. Okay, Pentacles, very straightforward. It's about material stuff. She knew what she was doing. She was investing in something that she wanted to get something out of. We've got the Five of Wands. She was reaching higher. She was reaching beyond where she'd been before. So I think it is about material gain for her at the start. Anyway, the Five of Cups suggests that she had some regrets in the past. So she might have felt that previous relationships that she'd been in were too low for her. It's kind of signs of narcissism there. And the Four of Pentacles, someone that kind of holds on to her stuff, someone that's not very generous, someone that, yeah, can be a little bit selfish with what they give out for themselves. So yeah, it's not looking good, is it, for Meghan here? Let's get back to Harry and see more about this. So the Four of Swords, he was in need of healing right at the start of this relationship. That's too many. So when I read tarot, I'll wait for the cards to fly out, and the ones that jump, they're the ones that Spirit picks for me. There's a lot of cards there. So why was Harry in need of this healing, this Four of Swords? Ace of Inspiration. So this suggests he's got like bright ideas. He gets excited about things. He's got this kind of naive kind of a spirit where he's positive, upbeat, expects other people to have as good a heart as he does. And he gets into things because of passion. So he was passionate about her. There's a strong attraction in this card as well toward Meghan. And the Fool. Fool says it all right. It's taking a risk into the unknown. It's not calculated at all. The Magician card would be calculated. They not calculated might not be the right word for it, but the Magician card, they know what they're doing. They know what their resources are and they go for something. But the Fool is different. It's called the Fool for a reason, right? So they're just kind of blindly going into something because of passion. Ace of Materials and offering way too much. Now, the Ace of Materials is a big offer. So it's like offering someone the world. You know what? I think Harry was in this very vulnerable, open state and presuming that Meghan was just like him and was offering a lot to her. The Moon, but he didn't know. You see, there was things that were yet to be revealed. And this is inside of himself, but it's also from Meghan too. Things in the shadows. You know, the moonlight, it can make things seem as they are not, right? Whereas the sunlight, in the light of day, we can see things clearly for what they are. The moon, we can't. So there's secrets and deception there. So that suggests to me that, yeah, he was putting too much into this, a little vulnerable for sure, and kind of eager because of his attraction to get into it. The Nine of Wands suggests he was already doing some healing work on himself, so he's probably in therapy talking to someone perhaps about, you know, past and the stuff, his emotional state is what it feels like to me. Tell us why the Nine of Wands is here for Harry right at the start of this relationship. The start of this relationship, tell us about the Nine of Wands for Harry. Here we go. The Nine of Emotions. Okay, very watery card about emotions, of course. And it's about his wishes. Okay, right. So the Nine of Wands with the Nine of Emotions there. The nines are just before the tens. Tens are kind of completions. Nines are kind of when you're ready for change. So he must have felt like he had gone through enough healing that he was ready to actually invest in something in his life and to move forward. So this is a kind of a feeling then that I'm like ready to end things. I'm ready to start something new in my life. I'm ready, and I've done enough healing. So he consciously thought that he was ready for this relationship. Let's get into this. For Meghan, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. She was very much investing in this, knew what was good for a kind of thing. Queen of Voices, that can be someone that's very hard, cold calculating, with good boundaries as well, can be. But the Queen of Swords, yeah, she's just in her mind, really, not in the heart. And the Eight of Inspiration. Eight of Inspiration is about reaching your goal. It's about hitting that target. It's about that forward movement. She knew what she wanted to invest in and where she was going. This is someone, you know, that doesn't have that limerence. You know, they don't fall in love, but they decide like, this is the person that I want. This is what I'm going to invest in. This is a good person for me. I'm reaching higher this time. Five of Wands. Ten of Emotions. I want this to be my happily ever after. So there is heart in here. The Ten of Emotions are reaching higher, hoping that it's going to work out, hoping that it's going to be a happily ever after. Five of Cups, because she's got regrets in the past for the relationships that she's had, and perhaps when she was reaching lower for stability. Interesting. So yeah, the Muse of Materials is the King of Pentacles. So she might have been, I don't know anything about Meghan's past. I'm not really one for following popular culture, but she might have been in a previous relationship that was very stable, perhaps that bored her. She had regrets about that. Let's find out more about that. Tell us about this Muse of Materials. This is a previous relationship. Page of Materials, offering too little. So there was stability in there, but it wasn't enough for Meghan. Yeah, I'm not sure. If you know any details about previous relationships of hers, let me know if that fits. So the Four of Pentacles, she's kind of selfish. And, you know, that could be because of regrets in previous relationships. It might have made her kind of more selfish and advocating for herself more. Why the Four of Pentacles? We've got the Seven of Materials, that's investing. Okay, so she learned in past relationships to invest wisely instead. So to invest in someone that's going to give you something back, invest in someone that's going to take you higher. Yeah, so Meghan thought about this, who she was choosing this time because of previous regrets in relationships. So you can blame her with that. Okay, so let's find out where they're at right now. Are they divorcing? I'm going to get cards out for both of them again. So where's Harry at right now? What's Harry's energy right now? Four of Cups. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. It's Cups as well, so he's taking it emotionally. Eight of Swords. Feels trapped. Feels like he can't move. Let's get one more out. How's Harry feeling at the moment? Well, we've got his feelings there, but the Devil. Ooh, let's find out what that is. Now, that could be susceptible to temptations to, you know, is he drinking and taking drugs again? I don't know. Let's get some cards out for Meghan before I put those back. Meghan, where's she at right now? Temperance. Cool, calm, collected. Waiting things out. Queen of Wands, very attractive right now. Go-getting kind of an energy, the Queen of Wands. So perhaps she's, you know, trying to further a career or something like that. Action, taking action, but she's waiting on something with that Temperance and being cool and calm about it. Okay. Told to take them. So there's these two together. Judgment and the World. Wow, how about that? So she's very self-conscious about what is going on in the world, about how people are seeing her, people's perception of her. She could very well be working with somebody who, you know, like an agent who will be gauging popular opinion out there and how people are perceiving her. There's something very much here about her being interested in how she's perceived in the world for sure. And the Wheel of Fortune, she's actually feeling lucky. There's a feeling here that she wants to advance herself from what's going on at the moment. Poor Harry here is all in his emotions. He's taking it really badly. And she's thinking about a career, I think, and her advancement in this situation. How can this benefit me? Four of Cups. So he's very disappointed. Tell us about this. This disappointment that Harry's got. Tell us about this disappointment. Why have we got the Four of Cups here? The Knight of Emotions. Oh, there he was, all romantic. So he still has feelings for her. Wow, he still has feelings for her. Okay, so the love was there from Harry's side. It was attraction at first, we saw that. And he was in a vulnerable position. But it feels like it grew into love and romance. So he's disappointed he didn't manage to make it work then. Eight of Swords. Wow, Five of Voices. This is like chaos and conflict. You see from her face there, it's just like, oh. So he feels trapped. Perhaps by the decisions that's made. There's a lot of chaos and conflict around him. Perhaps family, friends, a lot of chaos and conflict. Now, this is someone's life being tipped upside down that we've got here. A feeling that I can't get out of it. I can't think my way out of this. I'm trapped. There seems to be nothing that I can do. That's where he's at right now. The Devil card. This is not looking good. Temptations. It's could be very emotional for Harry at the moment and is tempted to what? Well, I've got the Devil card here. Taking things slowly, that's good. But why the Devil card? Knight of Materials, they take things slowly. That is a good sign. So he's not in a complete mess then, but pretty emotional. The Hierophant, learning spiritual lessons from this. How very interesting. Now, I would say if Harry is in therapy at the moment, he's taking it slowly, and the therapy might have turned from emotional healing to the more spiritual, to the more, what have you learned from this? What have you learned from this? How very interesting. So, what's happening at the moment with Harry might be helping his healing in a way. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need to hit the fan so that we'll actually face things and the decisions that we've made. I think Harry's a bit of a dreamer. With this Four of Cups, disappointed that it didn't turn into kind of the love of his life. I think he's a bit of a dreamer and had high hopes for it, and perhaps a little bit naive. Sorry, Harry, but I think you've been a bit naive here. Now, what's she waiting for, Meghan? Temperance, tempering herself. So temperance can be, you know, keeping a cool face, a cool temperament. Page of Inspiration. She's got some ideas, formulating some ideas, keeping cool, formulating some ideas. Ace of Emotions, Five of Materials, not interested in being with anyone else at the moment, even though she's so attractive right now. Ace of Emotions, no, I'm not going to fall in love, is what that is saying. I'm not interested in relationships at the moment, but she's got some ideas about what. The Empress, building something up for herself, building her empire up, and the Four of Materials, still being quite selfish about it too. Okay, so she's got ideas about that, how she can further herself. But she's tempering herself, she's playing it cool. She's kind of giving it time to feel out what her next step is. The Queen of Wands, she's very attractive right now there. 10 of Materials to build something with. So, interesting. Now, she might be attracting people toward her that want to invest in her and want to build something with her, like collaborations and things like that. That could be what our eyes are on at the moment. She probably saw Harry as that too. Like a good collaboration that could further her as well. Well, she's got that coming in, is more collaboration. So I'd expect to see Meghan, like her next move is doing collabs with other people that will, to build something solid. She's talking about Empress energy here. So she's seeing herself as the Empress and she wants to build her empire. The world and judgment, but she is really bothered about the way that she's perceived by the world. It doesn't feel emotionally. It doesn't feel like it's an emotional, I'm bothered emotionally, like, oh no, people think this about me, I feel terrible. It's not like that. It's more like from a PR kind of a perspective. The world and judgment. She's bothered what people think about her. Why have we got the world and judgment here? Why have we got the world and judgment? If you like this video at any point, don't forget to click like, click subscribe, and leave me a comment. The Queen of Emotions. Oh no, she's emotional about it. Okay, she's emotional about it. Queen of Emotions. It's impacting her more than you think, you know. Temperance. So yeah, she's looking cool on the surface, but no, this is impacting her, especially how people feel about her and what people think about her. That really bothers her. So there's part of this that isn't going to plan for Meghan, and she doesn't like perhaps some backlash that she's getting or what people are saying about her at the moment. It's impacting her. She's soaking that in. She's not as thick-skinned as you might think. So the Wheel of Fortune. There's an element of luck and of fate here. 7 emotions. What are her choices going to be next? What are my choices going to be next? She's confused about that. She's not sure which way to go. Now, she might be attracting a lot of offers in for like business kind of offers and collaborations, but she's not sure what to choose next. So let's find out more. So it's looking from this reading like both Harry and Meghan are kind of doing their own thing at the moment. Harry is focused on his healing and that kind of thing, very much in his emotions. Meghan is considering options for her future investments, that kind of thing, collaborations. But we haven't kind of got what's going on in this relationship. So let's get into that now. Like the future of this relationship, if there is. future of this relationship. We have the Star. There's some hopeful thinking on Harry's part there, wishing for it to work out still. Two of Pentacles, balance. And the Knight of Swords. There's a willingness here to act on impulse and to do things quickly. What about Meghan? Is there a future for this relationship? The Six of Cups, reminiscing on the past. There's stuff about children there as well. We'll get into that. Meghan, is there a future for this relationship? The Fool card. She takes risks. She's a risk taker. Something new. That could be a new relationship there. We'll see. Two of Wands and the Hermit. Okay. Keeping to herself while she's making decisions. She's in a strong position where she kind of she's trusting herself to make decisions on what her next move is going to be. So we're asking about like the future of this relationship now. Harry seems to have hope for it still. The Star. Tell us why the Star is here. Six of Inspiration. He wants to be seen to be winning. He wants to be seen to have not made the wrong decisions. The Two of Materials, but he needs to find balance. Seven of Voices is kind of fooling himself. Seven of Voices is about deceit and lying. It's often about lying to ourselves. And the Devil. His fears are coming up. This is someone that desperately wants it to work out and wants to find that balance because they're afraid of stepping into the future. They want to be seen to win here for the decisions that they've made to like come good and them get recognized for that. This is someone that doesn't want to face up to that they've made the wrong decision. They got married to the wrong person. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles. What is this balance that they're trying to find? Harry's trying to find, he's trying to get clarity on that, all about his thoughts, right? Ace of Voices. What to do next is overthinking this, very much thinking about it, trying to find that balance. What shall I do next? You've got to remember, Harry doesn't have many people around him now, you know. If Meghan is a narcissist, and I'm not diagnosing anyone here, but, you know, if she does have that going on, then they do tend to isolate the people that they want to use from the people around them. And I think that we've seen that that's what's going on with Harry. Now, that is a very hard position to be in when he's so vulnerable like this emotionally, because he won't have those sounding boards, especially for someone like him as well. There might be many people around him, but who can he really trust, you know? The Knight of Swords, though, this is like impulsive action. Knight of Swords, what is this? Five of Voices, Five of Emotions. Now, fives are all about change. So it's looking here like Harry in the future is going to take some impulsive action, perhaps when he's in kind of the depths of the chaos and conflict, or stuff going wrong enough and him feeling bad enough that he goes, right, that's it, I'm going to take some action. I would suggest from this that he's going to close his heart down. Five of Emotions is about like thrusting your heart open, closing your heart down. There's going to come a point where it's like swiftly, it's going to be enough is enough. He's going to close his heart down and stop all of this wishing and hoping that it's going to get better. So the chaos and conflict is going to get so much that it's going to be like, no, that's it. That's it. And then the Six of Cups with Meghan. So I think it's Harry that's going to be calling this thing off. I think it's going to be him that is going to say, that's it, the relationship has ended. But he needs to get out of that hope first. Six of Cups. So Meghan is focused on the past, things about children, reminiscing. She could actually be using that, you know, to keep it going in a way, like think of the children and what we've got together, that kind of thing. Two of Emotions and the Love. Two of Emotions is the love match. So yeah, this might be a little bit manipulative on her part here, like the past though, the past and the children and the love that we shared, and that she thinks that they're a good match. I think what we've got here is a case of two people presuming that the other person is like them, just like them, but they're not. Opposites attract, you know. I think we've got like an empath here and a narcissist here. it's the opposites. Like, I'm not saying that that's what they are, but it's opposites attract until we fully know ourselves and heal ourselves. I think we've got two unhealed people here. They've been drawn to each other because they're kind of opposites, but they're both believing that the other person is just like them. The empath thinks that the other person is like, if they just heal themselves, they'll be just like me, and you know, have got a beautiful heart just like me. And the narcissist thinks, you know, oh no, they're just after themselves just like I am. And so, yeah, perhaps this relationship will help them both to heal, but I don't know. Do narcissists ever heal? I'm not sure. The Fool. So she's going to be starting something new. The Fool. See, Meghan's more likely to start a new relationship. Oh, with someone from the past. It could be that. Yeah, it could be that. She's more likely not to end things and to just go off with someone else. I think this is saying the Fool energy. Perhaps that'll be when Harry's just had enough. Why the Fool? The Ace of Materials, planting new seeds, and the Fool again. Yeah, she's going to start something new. And it could be a materialistic thing as well. She very well could have a collaboration with someone and kind of fall for them, if that's what she does, or start a romantic relationship with them. You might see that coming up soon. Two of Wands in the Hermit. The World. Again, how she's perceived by the world. So the Two of Wands and the Hermit means that she's kind of happy being by herself, independently making decisions for herself. I think she's going to spin this to make herself look good. She's concerned about what the world thinks about her and how she's perceived and all of that. So yeah, I think we've got Meghan here moving on to a new relationship, starting something new that's going to benefit her. And I think we've got Harry getting to the point where it's just like, that's it. I need to call it quits and have a divorce here. So let's see. Let's find out once and for all. Are they divorcing? Yes, is the answer. They are divorcing. There you go. That is what I've got. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like, click on that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment as well. What do you think about that? What is your perception of Harry and Meghan and what's going on? Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you want me to do this style of video, if you like this style of video and you want me to focus on another couple, let me know who you want me to do it next to. Bye.